Thank you for coming. I appreciate it greatly. The purpose of the lawsuit is to secure a document the University of Hawaii has withheld from me, which is the Pono Choices sex survey they give to 11-year-old boys and girls. I have gone through Freedom of Information. One of my staff members filed a request with OIP to volunteer. We have been denied repeatedly. This is troubling because the document is already in the public domain, and what I mean by that is the University of Hawaii Center for Disability Studies is giving students $20 a piece. 20, it went up from 10 to 20. Matayoshi authorized the increase. $20 a piece of taxpayer money to take this survey. So the issue I have is 11-year-old boys and girls are being paid to take a survey. The survey instrument they will not release to me. I don't care what the results are at this time. What I want to see is the questions they're asking the 11-year-old boys and girls, because this is clearly material of a sensitive nature, and I'm pretty sure, well, I know in general the material violates many people's faith, creed, moral code, or sensibilities, but I don't know what they're asking these boys and girls. What are they asking 11-year-old boys and girls? I don't know. And so, as a representative of the people, as a parent, a father of 8 children, all of except one who's in public school, and a taxpayer, I should be able to get access to that document. I have asked the speaker to provide me an attorney. He declined. I asked him if I could use my own attorney on staff. They won't let me. So I had to hire outside counsel to do this. I did mention to the university president when I saw him on opening day, I said, "Hi, nice to meet you." He came by and stuff. I said, "By the way, I'm going to sue you." And he laughed and chuckled. He didn't know what was going on. But I've been battling with the University of Hawaii to get information. I've been stonewalled at every turn. And the same with the DOE. DOE says it's UH's problem. They're the ones running the program. And UH will come back and say, this is copyrighted material. Well, so is everything in my office. This is copyrighted. But I'll let you look at it. As long as you don't sell it, I don't have a problem with it. But if you sell copyrighted material and try and make a profit off it, then you have recourse against me. But allowing a legislator who has oversight responsibilities to review a document, a publicly funded document, that is being put in front of 11-year-old boys and girls, it makes common sense. That's why I'm here. That's my job, to look out for the kids in Ewa Beach, to look out for the kids on the west side. And no one else wants to do this. So that's why we're here today. This has been coming for months. I've been trying to get hold of this. Finally, I got to file a lawsuit. So the university can go into court and explain why a taxpayer document that's being disseminated in the public schools to 11-year-old boys and girls in a human research project. It is a human research project. It's not a test curriculum. It's not a pilot project. It's a human research project which has higher degrees of informed consent. Parents should be shown this survey before their children are given it, and I can guarantee you they're not. So that's my beef.
How do you hear about this survey?
Oh, I knew about it for a long time. I've been trying to get it. It's when they take this Pono Choices research project, the way they follow up is they give the survey to the kids. And they give them $20. And so when you give them a monetary inducement, an 11-year-old, $20, they say, "How do you like the program?" "Great, can I have another one?" Right? But $20. So you have an inherent input bias. Inherent input bias due to the financial inducements given to these children. And there'll be more to come on this.
And so you're suing, what's the...
The University of Hawaii.
what's the
Office of
filing?
Legal.
What's the...
It's in there, the failure to disclose, let's see. The statute is HRS 92F. A person aggrieved by a denial of access to a government record may bring action against the agency at any time within 2 years after the agency's denial to compel disclosure. And so that's on plaintiff and defendant.
Do you recall about when was the first time you requested the survey?
I started this about 18 months ago, and I requested all documents at that time, and it is only through digging and digging and digging do we get more information. It's like peeling an onion. There's another layer there. We didn't know about that. So the survey we requested, probably, I've got letters going back to probably June this year, last year.
And then once you see it, I mean, what do you?
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you think they won't give it to me?
Sure.
Maybe they're afraid. I don't know. Let's ask you. I don't want to speculate. I have an idea why they won't give it to me. But you have to. They're probably asking. I don't want to speculate, but let's just say this. It's a sex survey for 11-year-old boys and girls. So is there a possibility they're asking questions that are far too intrusive of a topic that's very sensitive in nature for boys and girls who are not yet emotionally or biochemically mature enough to handle it? And what I mean by biochemically is their frontal lobe of their brain is not quite developed yet to the point where they can make rational judgments, yes and no. That doesn't occur until you're about 19 years old. And so why are we even doing this? I mean, that's the question. And there'll be more to come on that later.
As far as the other documents you've requested, you've been able to.
The one that we haven't got to date is the sex survey. That's the only one we haven't been able to get. I'm not asking for the results, by the way. I'm not asking for the results. All I want is the instrument. What are you asking these kids? I got everything else. Why won't they give me that? I got the curriculum. They say copyright, but that's foolish because I have the whole damn curriculum. So one page they won't give me. So I'm really curious to find out what's on that page. And it's foolish for them not to give it to me because I do have the curriculum. But what are they asking the little boys and girls to directly respond to with a cash inducement? I want to know that.
And you're paying for this out of your own pocket, the
My-
lawsuit.
My campaign funds are.
And your lawyer, John Carroll.
Yeah. This is part of my regular duties. The state would not, the speaker refused to help me. Yeah.
Okay, so you've asked for all these documents, and I know you've been combing through it and so forth. I mean, what's the outcome? What do you want to accomplish once you receive everything? And what are you hoping?
Well, I support sex education programs in the context of a study of human reproduction in a health course. We have a good one here that's available for the public schools. It's called Health Teacher. It's pretty good. It's a year-long course. But there is an agenda taking place, social engineering. And I've discussed all my, I think Pono Choices it's certainly not medically accurate. It contains a slew of medical omissions. And it's certainly not age appropriate.
Which
There-
are the BOE requirements for
Yeah.
sex ed?
But the BOE requirements say what it should be, but it doesn't say who's to make those determinations. So the law is silent on who makes the determinations, so a gym teacher can make the determinations. I have 8 children, but I am not a behavioral expert in child psychology. Now, we wrote Matayoshi a cease and desist letter saying, you, Pono Choices, does not abide by the age-appropriate standard. And she said, well, my blue ribbon committee that reviewed it, after 3 years of being in the field, determined it was. Yet we know what the external evaluator that the Center for Disabilities Studies at UH, the benchmark they used, reading level. That doesn't take into account, which the statute requires, complex cognitive, emotional, and psychological impacts of the child. They used reading level. So we wrote Matioshi a cease and desist, and she said, well, my Blue Ribbon Committee reviewed it, and it's aligned, and I can give you those letters, it's aligned with the standards of our benchmarks, blah, blah. Blue Ribbon Committee. I researched who these guys were. Their public utterances prior to being put on the committee said Pono Choices is great. Well, they support same-sex marriage. Public utterances. It was biased. The lone medical professional on the committee, initially on the committee, they had a very open and very public homosexual doctor, Dr. Bidwell. He was the lone medical professional initially. And he's making evaluations, along with a transgender Kumu, was initially on the committee. The Kumu dropped off. The Kumu, who suffers from a devastating psychological disorder, gender identity disorder, is now making decisions on whether stuff is appropriate for my children to view. So, that's where we're at. So we're going to sue them. They can defend it. They can go defend the failure to disclose the documents and justify it in court.